As-salam, may Allah have mercy on him and bless him. Welcome to this video, dear brother, sister. If you are here today, know that this is not a coincidence. Allah has allowed you to be at this precise moment, to hear this message that your heart is destined to receive. Tonight, an important change is taking place in your life, but this change is beginning first by yourself, through your body, your mind, and especially your soul. The human body, in the Islamic perspective, is a deposit of Allah. It is not fully ours, and we have a responsibility to treat it with respect and care. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Your body has a right over you." Surah Al-Baqarah. This means that every aspect of our being, physical and spiritual, must be maintained to pay homage to the one who gave it to us. Tonight is a message of transformation, a collapsing body to rise from the ashes, not in the usual physical sense, but rather in the sense of complete reassessment, where the mind is purified and the body becomes the instrument of our faith, a weapon of our worship of Allah. Right now, you have the opportunity to start a new chapter, a chapter where your body will be transformed by your faith. And believe me, this transformation has a deeper impact than you can imagine. Allah is the sole master of all change, and it is He who controls our journey towards physical and spiritual elevation. So be ready to listen, understand, and embrace this message that awaits you. When we approach the question of body and soul, we must understand that in Islam, these two elements are intimately linked and interdependent. The Quran teaches us that the body is a deposit of Allah, it belongs to us, but we must preserve it while respecting divine will. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Your body has a right over you." Surah Al-Baqarah, which means that the body is not just a tool for pleasure or consumption, but a means to bring us closer to Allah. The connection between body and soul is deep. The soul, or ruh, depends on the purity of the body to strengthen ourselves and move towards actions of faith. A neglected or mistreated body can have repercussions on the soul, creating heaviness, indolence, and sometimes even distance from Allah. This is why in Islam, we strive to maintain physical discipline, as it has a direct impact on our spiritual life. Take, for example, fasting, Psalm. During the month of Ramadan, it is not just an act of physical deprivation, but a way to purify the soul. By depriving our body of its desires, we strengthen our minds and open our hearts to the mercy of Allah. The soul is strengthened by overcoming earthly desires, focusing on prayer and dhikr, and detaching itself from worldly distractions. The Quran tells us, "And do not kill the soul which Allah has made sacred, except by right." Surah Al-Isra 17:33. Reminding us that the life of our body is precious, but it must be used to perform actions that please Allah. Likewise, regular prayers, salat, have a powerful impact on our mental and physical health. Each movement in prayer is a form of exercise for the body, a gesture of humility that purifies the soul. This is a perfect example of how the body and soul nourish each other. Caring for the body through acts of worship purifies the soul, and conversely, a purified soul guides the body to act in a respectful and disciplined manner. So, spiritual transformation begins in the body, but this physical purification allows the soul to get closer to Allah. A purified body becomes a powerful instrument in our quest for faith. This not only allows us to be closer to Allah, but also to feel an inner peace that is reflected in every aspect of our existence. In everyday life, many of us face distractions that affect our discipline, and often it starts with our bodies. The quest for immediate pleasure, inaction, and lack of physical care are obstacles that can prevent the soul from reaching its full potential. Yet, physical discipline is one of the most powerful ways to purify our soul and bring us closer to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad set an example of a disciplined life in which every action, even those that seemed mundane, had a spiritual dimension. When it came to eating, sleeping, walking, or even standing up straight, every aspect of his life was imbued with discipline. He taught us that every act performed with pure intention, even the simplest, becomes an act of worship. Physical discipline begins with taking care of our body. We must understand that it is not just a vehicle to transport our soul, but a valuable tool for carrying out our daily actions. Indeed, body maintenance is not an act in vain, but an act that allows us to fulfill our responsibilities to Allah. When we neglect our bodies, whether through poor diet, lack of exercise, or insufficient sleep, we weaken our ability to perform acts of worship with the necessary focus and energy. Physical discipline is not limited to diet or exercise. It also includes how we structure our days. The healthy lifestyle habits, such as getting up early for the Fajr prayer, taking breaks to practice dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and maintaining moments of contemplation and gratitude, are powerful ways to strengthen our bodies while nourishing our souls. The Prophet told us, "One of you will not have true faith until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself." Surah Al-Baqarah. If we love our soul and want it to be pure, we must also love and take care of our body. In the spiritual journey of a believer, Allah never fails to reward us for every sincere effort we make to take care of what He has entrusted in our hands. When we choose to care for our bodies and discipline ourselves, we not only act in accordance with His will, but we also receive divine blessings, both in this life and in the afterlife. The Quran teaches us that health is an immense blessing, often neglected until it is impaired. Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah 2:286, Allah does not burden any soul beyond its capacity. It is in this capacity that lies the possibility of nourishing our body and maintaining its well-being. Taking care of our physical health is therefore an act of gratitude to Allah for the great blessing of life and health that He has granted us. When a believer maintains a healthy body, he is better equipped to worship Allah with devotion and perseverance. The Prophet Muhammad said, "There are two blessings that many people neglect: health and free time." Surah Al-Baqarah. It is by maintaining a healthy body that we can better perform prayers, fast, make dhikr, and offer our services to the community. The blessings are not only limited to physical ability, but also extend to our daily lives. When we choose to stay healthy, Allah blesses us with renewed energy to accomplish our tasks, to be present with our loved ones, and to perform works of charity. Our work, our actions, and even our moments of leisure become opportunities for accumulate rewards with Allah. It is important to note that this physical discipline is not just for material benefits. Every act that strengthens our body, whether it is eating healthily, exercising, or getting enough sleep, becomes a form of worship if it is done with the intention of pleasing Allah. In Surah Al-Mulk 67:15, Allah says, "He is the one who has placed the earth at your service. Travel through its regions and eat of what He has for you to grow." By keeping our bodies healthy, we can therefore better enjoy Allah's blessings, while being better able to serve His Creator. Allah also rewards those who the discipline to avoid excesses. The Prophet taught us moderation in all aspects of life, including diet and exercise. In the Hadith, he said, "The son of Adam fills no vessel worse than his stomach." Sunan al-Tirmidhi. Taking care of our body also means avoiding excesses, laziness, and excessive pleasures, which can harm our health, our energy, and therefore our ability to worship Allah. When we embark on a path of physical discipline, we are not only making a bodily transformation, but also a deep spiritual transformation. The body becomes the instrument that supports the soul in its ascent towards Allah. This spiritual transformation begins from the moment we make the conscious decision to live according to the principles of Islam, taking care of our physical health while seeking divine approval in our every action. The Prophet Muhammad demonstrated that physical training and exercise is not only about bodily strength, but also about inner strength. He said, "The strong is not the one who fights against others, but the one who controls himself in anger." Surah Al-Baqarah. Here we see that true strength lies not only in the ability to face physical trials, but in the ability to control ourselves, discipline ourselves, and resist the desires that lead us astray. Physical discipline then becomes a means of self-purification. For example, physical exercise, like regular physical activity, can be a way to eliminate laziness and learn to be consistent in our efforts. This creates a mental discipline, which is reflected in the way we approach our prayers, our fasting, and our other spiritual commitments. Additionally, choosing moderation, limiting our material desires, and focusing on higher spiritual goals helps us purify ourselves internally. Furthermore, fasting, Sawm, during the month of Ramadan is an excellent example of how physical discipline becomes an opportunity for spiritual transformation. Fasting is not just a deprivation of food and drink. It is also an opportunity to purify our heart, to strengthen our patience, and to increase our awareness of Allah. Each day of fasting is a step towards the purification of our soul, and this is possible thanks to a physical discipline that helps control our desires. This mastery strengthens our relationship with Allah, reminding us that what matters most is not our physical comfort, but our submission to divine will. Likewise, the physical exercise is a way to strengthen not only our body, but also our faith. A disciplined mind and a healthy body are valuable instruments that help us accomplish the tasks of daily life with more focus, more perseverance, and above all, more dedication to our faith. It also strengthens our ability to care for others, fulfill our responsibilities to our family and community, and act with justice and compassion. Thus, every gesture of physical discipline, every effort to take care of our body, becomes a form of worship. This transforms our daily life into a series of small, pious actions. We can thus find inner peace and balance between our bodily and spiritual needs. Physical transformation then becomes the path to profound spiritual elevation. And it is by strengthening our body that we allow our soul to flourish and draw closer to Allah. Physical discipline is not just about fitness or health. It is also a manifestation of gratitude to Allah for the blessings He has given us. By caring for our bodies, we recognize that every part of us, every breath and every movement comes from Him. Thus, each act of physical discipline becomes an act of gratitude to Allah, allowing us to thank Him for the health, strength, and vitality He has given us. In the Quran, Allah frequently reminds us to recognize and give thanks for His benefits. In Surah Al-Baqarah 2:152, Allah says, "Remember me, and I will remember you. Thank me, and do not be ungrateful." Our body, with all its complexity and its capacity to allow us to live and act, is one of the greatest blessings from Allah. When we take care of our body, we honor Him. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The best action is one that is done consistently, even if it is small." Surah Al-Baqarah. This includes daily physical actions such as exercising, walking, and even eating. Every act we do with sincere intention to care for our health can become a form of worship, because we recognize that our body is a precious asset loaned by Allah, not something we absolutely own. Muslims know that everything that happens, whether pleasant or difficult, comes from the will of Allah. Physical tests, like illness or fatigue, are also opportunities to express our gratitude. They remind us of the importance of not taking our health for granted. The Prophet told us, 2 blessings that people neglect are health and free time. Surah Al-Baqarah. When we live in gratitude for our health and strive to maintain a healthy lifestyle, we respond to this call from the Prophet not to neglect the blessings bestowed upon us. Gratitude to Allah is not only manifested in our prayers or formal acts of worship, but also in the way we choose to live our lives. By taking care of our body, we let us show Allah that we respect the gift of life that He has given us. Every balanced meal, every minute of exercise, every hour of restful sleep becomes an act of worship if done with the intention of respect the body that Allah has entrusted to us. It goes beyond just feeling good about your body. It is a way of stay active and alert, ready to perform good deeds and render service to Allah. Caring for our body is a way to preserve our energy in order to be able to lead a life full of meaning and commitment in the way of Allah. Thus, physical discipline becomes a way of honor and express our gratitude to the Creator. By staying healthy, being vigilant about our physical well-being, we can better serve our faith, our family, and our community. We show that we understand that every breath we take is a gift from Allah, and that it is our duty to preserve this gift. Dear brothers and sisters, Allah created you with a divine drink. Each day that passes, each breath you take, is an opportunity to transform your life and your body so that they are in perfect harmony with the will of Allah. Today, if this video touches you, it's because the time has come for you to rise, not only spiritually, but also physically. The body and soul are connected, and by committing to taking care of your body, you open the door to a deep spiritual renewal. Allah reminds us in the Quran, in Surah At-Tawbah 9:105. Say, work. Allah will see your work and His messenger and the believers, and you will be returned to Him who knows the invisible and the visible, and He will inform you of what you are doing. This verse reminds us that our actions, whether physical or spiritual, do not go unnoticed in the eyes of Allah. Every effort, every gesture made with the aim of improving our condition, of being more in accordance with His will, is noted and rewarded. This is why elevating your body is a form of worship. The Prophet showed by his example the importance of staying active, maintaining a strong body, and taking care of one's health. But it is not only for this world that we act, but for the beyond. Spiritual renewal is an ongoing process, and it begins with the desire to transform our interior, but also our exterior. When we invest in our bodies and our well-being, we open our hearts to divine blessings that we may not have imagined. It's not just a matter of physical appearance. It is about preparing to receive the blessings of Allah, to be ready to perform more acts of kindness, worship, and submission. When we invest in our bodies, we become more capable of performing our prayers with focus, helping those around us, caring for others, and being instruments of Allah's peace on earth. Don't lose sight of the ultimate goal. You were created for worship, for the great mission of serve God. By taking care of your body, you prepare yourself for this mission. It's time to act now, to make this radical decision to take care of yourself, to better serve Allah and fulfill the divine purpose for which you were created. Allah has chosen you, and He has placed in you the ability to change, grow, and elevate. Answer this call today. The time has come for you to change, transform yourself, and elevate your body to be a sanctuary for the soul, so that together you can better serve Allah and accomplish your mission on this earth. It is not just a call to physical action, but a call to spiritual transformation. When you answer this call, you open the door to divine blessings and a future full of opportunities to draw you even closer to your Lord.